It was a regular Monday morning at Maplewood Elementary, and Sammy sat in his classroom, nervously chewing the end of his pencil. His teacher, Mrs. Taylor, had just made a big announcement. "Next week is our annual school assembly," she said with excitement, "and one of you will have the honor of delivering a speech in front of the entire school." The class erupted in whispers, and Sammy felt his stomach drop. He hated speaking in front of people, and the thought of standing in front of the whole school made him feel sick. Sammy slouched in his chair, hoping to go unnoticed, but Mrs. Taylor's eyes landed on him. "Sammy, I think you'd be perfect for this year's speech," she declared with a warm smile. Sammy's heart raced. His classmates turned to look at him, some with encouraging smiles, others with curious expressions. He wanted to say no, to tell Mrs. Taylor that he couldn't possibly do it, but his voice was caught in his throat. Before he knew it, he was nodding slowly, and the decision was made. As soon as Sammy got home, he locked himself in his room, panic bubbling inside him. How was he going to give a speech in front of hundreds of students and teachers? Every time he imagined standing on the stage, he felt his hands sweat and his knees shake. What if he forgot his words? What if everyone laughed at him? The more he thought about it, the more terrified he became. That night, Sammy barely slept. He lay awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering how he could get out of the speech. Maybe he could pretend to be sick, or maybe there was a way to convince Mrs. Taylor to choose someone else. But deep down, Sammy knew he couldn't run from it. The assembly was only a week away, and he had no idea how he would survive it. The next morning, Sammy's grandmother noticed something was bothering him as they sat together for breakfast. "What's on your mind, Sammy?" she asked gently. Sammy hesitated, but then spilled everything. How Mrs. Taylor had chosen him to give the speech, how terrified he was, and how he wished he could escape the whole thing. His grandmother listened carefully, her face full of understanding. "I know it's scary," she said, "but sometimes the things that scare us the most are the things that help us grow. Do you know what helped me when I was scared of speaking in front of people?" Sammy looked at her in surprise. He had never thought his grandmother, who always seemed so confident, could have been scared of anything. "You were scared of speaking?" he asked. She nodded. "When I was young, just like you. But I learned something that made all the difference." Sammy leaned in, curious. "What did you learn?" he asked. His grandmother smiled. "I learned that the most important thing when you speak is to speak from your heart. When you talk about things that matter to you, your words will flow naturally. People will listen because they can feel that you believe in what you're saying." Sammy thought about her words, but he still wasn't sure. "But what if I forget everything or mess up?" he asked, his voice shaky. "Everyone makes mistakes, Sammy," his grandmother said. "What matters is that you try and that you're true to yourself. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become. I'll help you, but first, what do you care about most? What would you want to share with your school?" Sammy sat quietly, thinking hard. Slowly, an idea began to form in his mind. The next day after school, Sammy sat with his grandmother at the kitchen table, a blank piece of paper in front of him. "So, what do you want to talk about in your speech?" his grandmother asked. Sammy took a deep breath and started to speak. I want to talk about how it's okay to be scared sometimes, and how we can still do things even if we're afraid. I mean, I'm scared right now, but I'm going to try to do this speech anyway." His grandmother's eyes sparkled with pride. "That's a wonderful message, Sammy. I think many people will be able to relate to that." With her encouragement, Sammy began to write down his thoughts. He talked about the times he had felt scared before, like when he started a new grade or when he joined the soccer team, and how he learned that facing his fears helped him grow. By the end of the evening, Sammy had the first draft of his speech, and for the first time, he didn't feel completely overwhelmed. For the next few days, Sammy practiced his speech every chance he got. He stood in front of the mirror, imagining the school auditorium in front of him. At first, his words came out shaky, and he could barely make it through the first sentence without forgetting his place. But each time he practiced, it got a little easier. His grandmother watched him, offering gentle advice and encouragement. "Remember, Sammy," she would say, "speak from your heart." By the time the weekend arrived, Sammy was starting to feel more confident. He even practiced his speech in front of his parents, who clapped and cheered when he finished. "You're going to do great," his dad said, ruffling Sammy's hair. Even though the thought of the assembly still made him nervous, Sammy began to believe he could do it. The night before the assembly, Sammy felt a mix of excitement and fear. He had practiced his speech over and over again, but now the reality of standing in front of the entire school was sinking in. What if something went wrong? What if he froze up and couldn't say a word? As these thoughts swirled in his mind, his grandmother came to sit with him. "Remember what I told you, Sammy," she said softly. "You've worked hard and you're ready. But no matter what happens, as long as you speak from your heart, you'll do just fine. People won't care if you make a mistake. They'll care about your message. You're going to inspire them." Sammy nodded, her words giving him strength. He went to bed that night, still nervous but ready to face the challenge. The day of the assembly arrived, and the entire school gathered in the auditorium. Sammy sat backstage, his heart pounding in his chest. He could hear the murmurs of hundreds of students and teachers filling the room. One by one, other students performed their parts, singing, reading poems, and sharing projects. Finally, it was time for the big speech. "Next, we have a special speech from one of our own students, Sammy," Mrs. Taylor announced. Sammy's legs felt like jelly as he stood up, but he took a deep breath, remembering everything his grandmother had told him. As he walked to the stage, the bright lights and sea of faces made his heart race, but he knew he couldn't turn back now. Sammy stood at the podium, staring out at the audience. For a moment, his mind went blank, and the fear started to creep back in. But then he remembered his grandmother's words. "Speak from your heart." He took a deep breath and began, his voice shaky at first. "Hi, my name is Sammy, and I want to talk to you about being scared." As he spoke, his voice grew steadier. He shared his own experiences, how fear had stopped him from doing things in the past, and how he was facing his fear right now by giving this speech. The more he talked, the more his confidence grew. He wasn't just speaking words. He was sharing something real, something that mattered to him. And the audience was listening. By the time Sammy finished his speech, the auditorium was silent for a moment. Then, a wave of applause filled the room. Sammy blinked in surprise, his heart swelling with pride. He had done it. He had given the speech, and not only had he survived, it felt amazing. As he walked off the stage, his classmates high-fived him, and Mrs. Taylor beamed with pride. When he saw his grandmother after the assembly, she wrapped him in a hug. "I'm so proud of you, Sammy," she said. "You found your voice, and you spoke from your heart. That's the kind of confidence that will stay with you forever." Sammy smiled, feeling a warmth inside that he knew would carry him through whatever challenges came next. He had faced his fear, and he had won.